Ani bojo nibi ben maneshikwe minwa kwashkeke kwa indigenous kwa minwa jajak nodem kwa makong manitona sing nonjaba Bawating dida Anishinaabe kwa endao. Hi everybody, my name is Mikayla Webkamigad. My Anishinaabe names translate to Dancing Bird Woman and Bear Medicine Woman. I'm of the Bear and Crane clans, and I'm from Kwamekong, Manitoulin Island. And I grew up here in Sault Ste. Marie. I'm very honored to be able to share a few words very special to my heart, and I am looking forward to sharing my written words, my poem that I wrote a few years ago, and I would like to give a little bit of a background to my words that I wrote and why they're so special, especially during this month. I am the granddaughter of 4 residential school and day school survivors. In particular, I grew up with my grandma, Beatrice Shawanda, who lived with us my entire growing up life. And I got to see firsthand how residential school affected her and subsequently the next generations after her, including myself. I'm thankful to be able to be one of 3 of my family members to do a piece in this series for the Sault Ste. Marie Public Library. And yeah, I just thought I would share a little bit of context behind some of the lines within the poem that I wrote. My poem is entitled Home Isn't Home, and it is based off of my grandma's experiences that she had at residential school. And one of the stories that I would really like to share is when she was very young. I think it was about her 2nd year in residential school. She was always looking forward to mail day. It was always such an exciting event for all of the students when mail parcels would come into the schools from the families. And unfortunately, my grandma, she came from a family that didn't have a lot of money, had a big farm, and she always talked about missing the different things on the farm, like the apple trees and the horses and all of the animals that she had. But in particular, she missed her sense of family and love that she had being raised with the elders that took care of her. And this one story that she shared with me when I was growing up, it was about how she finally got her package of mail, and she was so excited. There was a big, huge box that the head nun had brought up to the front, and she called my grandma's name, and she said, "You have a package." And so my grandma came to the front in front of all of the students, the other students there, and the nun opened the package for her, and in that package, in that box, was a box of apples from the farm and pink elephant popcorn and the Christmas candies that you used to get a long time ago. And my grandma was so excited, being a little 5-year-old, having this big box of goodies. And unfortunately, that nun that was in charge of giving out the mail told my grandma that she didn't deserve anything in that box because she didn't speak English yet. And so she proceeded to give out each of the apples, the popcorn, and the candy to all of the little girls around her, and then crumpled up the garbage and threw it at my grandma. And she said, "This is all you deserve, just the garbage." And that story really stuck with me I am 27 years old, newly, and I am the proud auntie of 2 baby girls. And especially now that I'm older, understanding that relationship that you have with children, the love that you have, and to think that, you know, these babies a long time ago were taken away from their love, their family, their parents, their siblings, and separated. And I cannot imagine that happening to my nieces. And so when I was asked to share a few words, I really felt like it was not only an honor, but also part of my responsibility to help educate and to do it in a good way. And so with that, I would like to share my poem that was written, I believe I wrote it in 2019, and then I was asked to present it at the 5th Annual National Building Reconciliation Forum that was held at Algoma University, which is where I am a student. And it was a great opportunity, lots of learning for myself. And yeah, I would like to share those words with you.
Debwewen. Home isn't home. Home isn't home when you're stolen from it at the age of 4. A small girl, long dark hair, sun-kissed golden brown, who plays with her brothers. Until then, you knew nothing but love. Home isn't home when you're taken to a cold place, filled with other small girls who once had long dark hair, were sun-kissed golden brown and played with their brothers. The small girls who once knew nothing but love. Home isn't home when the cold place is scary, filled with mean men and women who only wear black. They treat these small girls like they don't matter and only deserve the leftover trash. The small girls who once knew nothing but love. Home isn't home when the small girl finally returns home, only to be sent away to live in a place filled with white walls. To live years in a hospital bed because the small girl had what all small girls had, with her long dark hair, who sun-kissed golden brown, who once knew nothing but love. Home isn't home when the small girl grows up, living all over the world. She faces battles for all the small girls who have long dark hair and are sun-kissed golden brown, but forgets she once knew nothing but love. Home isn't home when the past is present, when the small girl has her own. A small girl, long dark hair, sun-kissed golden brown, who plays with her brothers, who only wants nothing but love. Home isn't home when she finally has one. She has forgotten all of the love. Her family she created now sees what the cold place has done, and the white walls have become eggshells to walk on. Home isn't home when the rest is uneasy, when the small girls are still small, when it becomes a burden to have long dark hair and be sun-kissed golden brown. We forget that we once knew nothing but love. Ani, Bojo, Nibibin Baneshikwe, Minwa Kwashkeke Indigenous. Kwa Minwa Njajak Ndodam, Ukwamakong, Manitona Missing Dojaba, Bawating Dada, Anishinaabe Kwenda. My given name is Mikayla Webkamigad. My Anishinaabe names translate to Dancing Bird Woman and Bear Medicine Woman. I am of the Bear and Crane clans. I was born in Calgary, Alberta, grew up here in Sault Ste. Marie, but originally come from and belong to Wikwemekong Unceded Indian Reserve, located on Manitoulin Island. And this is where the Three Fires Confederacy, Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi people reside. I am the granddaughter of Beatrice Ronde, Jimmy Edgar, Marjorie DeBosque, and Billy Webkamigad. I currently attend school here at Algoma University as a social work major with a minor in Anishinaabe Studies. I extend greetings and handshakes to all of you and welcome you to Bawating, a gathering place of leaders for thousands of years, and also my home. Over the last few weeks, I have wondered, worried, what words I would share with all of you. I wondered, how do I best represent myself, my family, my home, my community, my school, my people, and the legacy that comes with all of that. It wasn't until I sat down at my Grandma B's raggedy old computer and I, was trying to think of what to write. And honestly, that computer is probably as old as I am. So it wasn't until that moment that I thought, this right here, standing here at this podium in front of all of you, that is how I best represent myself, my family, my home, my community, my school, my people, and the legacy that has brought us all here together today and this week. Sharing my truth with all of you. The poem I shared with you was written as the granddaughter of 3 residential school students. The poem was written as the granddaughter who witnessed the lingering pain of residential school and the TB hospitalizations. It was written as the granddaughter who still feels the residue 2 generations out. But most importantly, it was written as the granddaughter who comes from a strong line of Anishinaabe people and who will continue to tell her truth and share in the legacy of resiliency. Niko Kapajagun, the string that binds us all together. Reconciliation. Thank all of you for the opportunity to share my words with you. I am very grateful to be able to stand up here and speak. This, right here, is what the small girl in my poem fought for. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the forum. Miigwech.
That was an incredible job, and I think she deserves a really another round of applause. Thank you, Mikayla.